We knew it was time to find a new space because we were out of space. So there was just not room to facilitate the kind of ministry that we needed to do.
We've gone from 2 to 3 to 4 services. Our people had to move out of their offices to make space.
We had added on once already, and we were just landlocked. We couldn't go anymore in any directions, and so the only other option is to build a new facility. The first thought, and Brent's thought as well, is like, it has to sound good. So that was priority number one, is making sure that it sounds good, because we care a lot about the spoken word and the church worshiping. And so if we can't do that right, then we might as not well do it at all.
Audio was so important for us that we nailed that right. When I heard a couple of rooms that Wave had designed, I immediately said yes, because I know how hard it is to get the audio right in a space, and we knew that we couldn't build the space and miss that. You can add a light, you can remove a light, you can change a screen, but if you don't get the room designed right and the audio nailed up front, you're gonna spend a lot of money on the back end. And so for us, walking through that process, seeing Wave's approach to the audio realities, and then also seeing it demonstrated, so happy with that we chose you guys to go with you, but then also sitting in this space where we've heard this sound system, just so delighted that that's what we got.
One of the nice things about this room is it's such a natural sounding space that talking from stage, talking to your neighbor, having a meet and greet doesn't get out of hand. Singing, everybody can hear each other singing, and it's not a dead space, but there is a amount of live that's controlled in a very deliberate way. And that's something that we haven't had in the past at different churches that I've been at in our previous building.
It's even quieter, more intimate, where you feel like this giant space has become really small and it's just you and the Lord. And that's what we want. We want it to be an elimination of all the distractions so that you come in and your heart can be focused and your attention can be focused on what the Lord wants you to hear.
But then what it does is actually causes our people to engage and sing louder, and they can hear themselves. That's the win. That's the win for us. And so this space is already proving it. We've been in here really 2 to 3 Sundays, only one major one, and every time I can hear the people sing just as much as I can hear the band going. And man, it's loud, it's beautiful, but that's the goal for us.
You really need to consider Wave for their expertise in acoustics primarily, because you won't get that anywhere else. The acoustic design that Wave can bring to the table is bar none the best that I've ever come across. And I know that there's others out there that can maybe try to get there, but to be able to get the acoustics right first is a primary thing for me, and it should be for you, because if you don't have the room right, it's always going to be a sacrifice for everything else. You know, your experience for people, even just the budget for your PA, like how are you overcompensating for the deficiencies of the room? And that, I know, was a big part of my selection for Wave, is that acoustics drive PA design, and it should be that way and not the other way around.